Hey guys, wanted to get this video out to you guys today, and yeah, I'm very excited and happy with what we're about to review from the technicals. So those of you guys that subscribe to the channel, I gave you guys an update yesterday midday once we started seeing what was happening and what the dev said in the chat. So I'll continue to monitor and keep you guys up to date in regards to what's going on. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you could get these updates as soon as I post them. All right. So let's look at the price action. And so when you look at it, it's some very good news, I have to say, in the 12 hour. So we've been monitoring the 12 hour, and we said that we haven't been above the super trend line since I think it was like June 3rd before we kind of went under it, and then we've been under in a bearish trend since then. And so guess what? Happy to say for the first time since then, we are now above the super trend, and that is a great thing. And so our next stop, guys, is right here. Oh, so man, I am so excited to kind of be able to say we are now approaching or going after the SMA line. And so this is the prize right there. We need to bust through this, get above, stay above that, and I'd love for us to go through it, test this to show that it's support, and then we're off to the races. And I think this is the same way we came down that we could climb up it and continue to rise. So I think this is the beginning of a very, very, very powerful thing in regards to it looks like, again, all indication right now is that we've hit the bottom and we're moving our way up. So this is the next confirmation that we are looking for to kind of really allow us to kind of see that we really are moving away from the bottom. But we need to close above this, test it to show that it's acting as a support, and then ride that baby up. So that's great to see that we finally did it through to change the super trend. But now we have to kind of go and try to get above the SMA line. So I do think when I look at the 9 period SMA, we are above that, which is a great thing. And so it's the 21 period SMA that we need to fight against right now. So I am very excited. I'm looking forward to it. This is not going to be an easy fight, but the Bears are definitely ready for it, and it seems like we're gonna, with everything coming down the pipe, I think that's gonna be the catalyst that just pushes us through. So before we go into a deeper time frame, let's look at Bitcoin, just to kind of, we always want to keep it in perspective in regards to what the market is doing. So I'm going to use the 4 hours to look at Bitcoin and Binance to see what's going on there. And nothing's really changed from what we talked about before. Continues to be that downward pressure in terms of wanting to break through and stay below this support. I have to say that's been Bitcoin's been very resilient in regards to every time it breaks below that, it finds its way right back up. So it really doesn't want to go lower, even though it's being pushed lower. So let's see if it could get above this trend line and start to move forward. But right now, last time we drew this trend line, uh, it doesn't look too good because right now price is below it. So right now, indication would be that Bitcoin wants to go lower. But let's see what happens. Given that the weekend volume is kind of light, let's see if tonight's volume or tomorrow morning we get a nice push up here and close and start to go up. But if not, we may roll over. So let's keep an eye out there on BNB. So again, sideways action, a really nice sideways tight band, right? Back and forth. So really nothing to go there. It is, a little bit of a lowering channel there that it's following downwards. So a little bit of concern. I'd like to see it get a little bit higher instead of making these lower highs. But let's keep an eye out for this. But it seems like it's bouncing off this midpoint here. So overall, I'd say, I'm okay with it. We just need to see a little bit more buying to get it up there. So real excited there. So that's not gonna hurt us as much. And for us, looking at the 4 hour, what a great chart. And so what I did here, I did the same thing I did for all the others. And you could really see how we are underperforming compared to BNB. BNB is on the upper half of its band and we're on the lower half. And so right now what we really want to see is we want to see us continue to kind of go above here. And we did see that on the 12 hour. We said on the 12 hour that the 16 was that SMA. And so we need to close above that point. And as you look back, that is around an area where we had some resistance at. And so it's going to be an interesting fight for us to get up there. But everything that we're seeing, we're probably going to be able to get above that. Why? Because we are in this beautiful cup and handle forming right now. And this is what I called yesterday. What I wanted price to do was climb right back up here. And I was telling everybody I really wanted to see price kind of get to this point, create a little bit of a channel, right? And then bounce around within that. I'm okay if it, don't worry if it pulls back a little bit. I don't think it will because right now the buying is so significant. I don't think it will, but what I do think will happen is we'll probably play around here, and once we break this, we're back off to the races. And look at this beautiful cup. Now we're forming the handle. Beautiful textbook cup and handle. This is beautiful. Watch for it. Once we break that handle, off to the races. So really, really, really exciting. The buying is coming in, and then so we are approaching the point where we're getting out of what we called our buy zone. But don't worry, that doesn't mean we won't be buying. It just means that we wanted to capitalize and collecting as much tokens as possible while we're in the zone. But we still have buying opportunities even as we go through there. And I'll talk to you about some other strategies that we will leverage to be able to allow us to really continue to invest. So this period that we were in was really, I call it like the gathering, right? The gathering phase, right? Just gathering as much as you can. As we move out, then we're really going to go to the strategic smart investing plan, and how do we leverage the power of the passive return that allows us to reinvest, further invest into the opportunity. So there's going to be a couple of things that we're going to watch out for when we get out of the buy zone, and that's going to allow us to have a little bit of a different strategy, but still accumulating tokens as we move even higher. So I'll share that with you as we go through this week. But right now, what we should be doing is right now it is a buying opportunity overall. With the exchanges coming, I'm not gonna lie for you. For me, I'm still gonna buy even out of the buy zone. So I don't want you to think that I'm not gonna buy out of the buy zone. I'm gonna be more selective buying out of the buy zone. But look at where we are compared to where we're going to go, right? With an exchange coming, we are going to eclipse our all-time high. And if that's the case, buying down here, buying here, buying here, buying here, doesn't matter if your strategy is long-term. If you're long-term to wait to get above that, it doesn't matter where down here you buy. You're buying relatively on the bottom. So let's not get confused. There's the greedy phase in which of the gathering that I wanted to gather as much token as possible, and that was getting below this. But depending on what happens with this exchange, it doesn't matter where you buy. So I don't want anybody to worry about, oh my gosh, yeah, you missed an opportunity to collect a lot more, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to get even more potential on the upside. So keep that in perspective as you think about buying and getting scared about, oh, did I miss it? No, you did not miss it. Look at where we are compared from other, but you did not miss it. There's a lot of runway left for us to go, and we're just in the beginning. So, all right, so enough of that, but just wanted to keep you guys on looking at this. This is a great opportunity. Keep an eye on this because I don't think we're going to get the selling pressure that's going to allow us to kind of drift lower to bounce off this support. So I don't know. Right? We'll just keep an eye on it. But for me right now, I think we'll get a nice tight sideways, and then we're going to break through because the buying pressure is so huge right now that I don't see the sellers coming out to even give additional buyers an opportunity to get in at a lower price. I think everybody's going to be holding and buying to push this up until for this week, because this week is going to be a very, very, very crazy week, as the dev said. So we're going to keep an eye out for this. So that's what I wanted to do. I know it's a little bit longer today, but I am so excited. So I had a lot to say, but keep an eye out for what's going on here, because once we break through this and we have our eyes on 16, 16 is where we're going to have that real battle. We break above 16, pull back, then everything starts to look a little bit different. So let's keep an eye out for that. So thank you for watching. Continue to support the channel. Much appreciated.